The Springboks take on England in the first official test match that we will have for the Springboks this season. And guys, we've got a formidable team that Rassie has chosen for the clash against England. And in this video, we are going to dive into the team that Rassie has chosen. We are also going to take a look at who can maybe win this first game between the Springboks and England in this first test at Ellis Park. So make sure you stay tuned. What's up guys, and welcome back to the Breakdown Show. This weekend we've got the first official test match that the Springboks will play for 2026. And what a game it's gonna be. It's gonna be an absolute humdinger of a rugby game. Yes, the English side haven't had the best of campaigns throughout this international season in that Six Nations earlier this year. But still, they are a formidable team and you cannot underestimate it. It's still a test match and it's always gonna be a close game. I do think it's gonna be a game where we see lots of box kicking once again in that first couple of minutes. Maybe later on we will see some running and some good tries being scored by guys like Jason Kobe and Kurtley Arons and Damian Williams. They are all in this team come this weekend and I can't wait to go through this team with you guys. It's a formidable team that Rassie has chosen for this first test match against England. And it's also gonna be interesting to see later this week who Steve Borthwick, the coach of England, will pick as his 23 for the game against the Springboks. But guys, now we are gonna look at the Springbok team that Rassie has chosen. When we look at this front row that Rassie has chosen for this first game at Ellis Park this weekend against England, it's a formidable and a strong front row that he has chosen. And we've got the big Ox and Chase in this front row alongside Malcolm Marx and Thomas the Tway. We all know what they can do at scrum time alongside each other. They are strong front rowers and I'm excited to see how they go. I do think in the first couple of minutes at scrum time it's going to be a feel out process. But as the game goes on, I do think that we will see them start to dominate, especially in that second half. But guys, it's a formidable front row that he has chosen and I can't wait to see them in action. Then when we move on to the locks, we've got Ruan Nortje and Eben Etzebeth. They are both very good locks and they've been absolutely amazing in that Springbok green and gold jersey through the years. We all know Ruan Nortje, he's very good at line-out time and I'm excited to see how he goes. He hasn't played that much test matches for the Springboks like Eben Etzebeth has, but he's still a good player. He's been a good leader for the Bulls in the URC and I have no doubt that he will leave his mark. And then when we move on to the flankers, we've got Siya Kolisi, our very good captain that he has been throughout the World Cups, that he has played 2 World Cup victories on his name right now. Hopefully a third one come 2027 in Australia. He's alongside Peter Steph du Toit. He's always a force of nature in that flanker position. And I'm excited to see how he goes once again against England this weekend at Ellis Park. He's always a force of nature and I have no doubt that he will leave his mark. It's a very good loose trio that Rassie Erasmus has chosen for this test match against England. We've also got the likes of Jasper Wiese back once again for the Springboks. He's been an absolute brutal player throughout the years for the Springbok. He is an absolute strong rugby ball carrier as well. And I have no doubt that he will make the best of his opportunity come this test match against England. Then at scrum time and at fly-off, Rassie has opted to go with guys like Manie Bokke and then obviously Grant Williams at scrum off. We all know what they can do when they find the gap. yes, Manilo Bokke hasn't been that great with the kicking boot throughout the years, but he's a good general. His general play is very good, and he knows how to find the gaps. And he's been brilliant throughout the years for the Springboks as well. He's a good player, and he has been playing his rugby overseas in Japan. I have no doubt that he will make the best of his opportunity come this Saturday evening in Johannesburg at Ellis Park. Then at fly-off, at the wing, we've got Kurtley Arendse and obviously the brilliant, the maestro of all maestros, Cheslin Colby. He's also at the right wing this weekend, and I have no doubt if they find the gap, they will go and score some tries for the Springboks. And then we've also got the center combination that have been absolutely amazing as well for the Springboks. Jesse Kriel and Damien Willemse, they are the center pairing for this game, and I have no doubt that they will leave their mark come this Saturday evening at Ellis Park. And then we've got at fullback Damien Willemse. He's been brilliant for the Stormers and for the Springboks Proteas, and he also knows how to find the gap. He's brilliant at the back for the Springboks, and I have no doubt that he will make the best of his opportunity come this Saturday evening. Guys, I cannot wait for the test match. Later this week, I will be making my final predictions for this test match between the Springboks and England, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Guys, let me know in the comments, what do you make of this first team that Rassie has chosen for the game against England, and what do you make of the players? And I would love to hear your thoughts and your comments down below. Make sure you do so. Thank you for your support, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.